coming up on Focal Point.
Today's snowy weather causes the usual slippery roads, snow closures, and something you may not think of.
Since the Crumbly case, new laws have been put into effect to protect those who are unfit from handling guns.
And find out why one of the world's most popular apps could potentially be banned in the U.S.
Have you ever wondered what it's like behind the scenes of Focal Point? Stick around and find out.
All this, weather, sports, and more coming up. Focal Point starts now. Hello and welcome to Focal Point News. I'm Delaney Rogers.
And I'm Isley Herschel. Today is March 22nd, and this week we bring you stories on snow, local businesses, and a special behind-the-scenes look into our very own broadcast.
And I know people are dying to know how we make the magic happen, but we'll have to wait for now because East Lansing was hit with quite some snow this morning.
Yes, we were, Delaney. Students driving or walking to classes should be cautious of the roads and sidewalks. Focal Point's Tiana Barnes was out before the sun came up this morning to get the story on the weather and the many inconveniences that came with it.
It's a regular day off at Okemos High School today, which made plowing its parking lot much easier. Outside the parking lot for drivers, though, is a much different experience. 3 to 5 inches of snow fell throughout the day, making driving a challenge.
On the way here, I couldn't see anything.
Those who call the Mitten home are used to driving in conditions like these. But for some out-of-state students, there's certainly some adjusting to do.
I am from Laguna Beach, California.
MSU junior Karina Prieto is getting the true Michigander experience.
This is scary.
Her mile-long drive to class this morning.
Gosh, this is horrible.
Took longer than usual.
It took me 35 minutes to get here.
She slipped.
Oh my gosh, I was literally gonna cry. I thought I was gonna die.
She slid.
Oh, hello.
And she longed for
The shovel things.
Those shovel things eventually made their way through East Lansing to make commutes a little less dangerous.
Better than this, that's for sure.
But what they can't fix is the damage to MSU farmers' crops and fruits.
We fight with this every year.
Roger Sysak knew when he woke up this morning
It's already caused damage.
that the snow would be a problem for the raspberries, grapes, and hops.
Because of the extreme changes in temperature, what will happen is you can have damage to the tissue in your fruiting buds.
These buds, much like us,
They think it's spring, and unfortunately we're not there yet. Mother Nature doesn't want to let go of that.
so instead of his usual outdoor work, Roger sat inside where it's warm and makes plans for
It's one of those springs where it's a roller coaster.
next week and the rest of this up and down spring. So all this wintry weather and snow could turn into more spring-like temperatures in the next few days. Jessica Gothier is in the studio at the Weather Wall with that forecast.
Thank you so much, Tiana. Just when we thought we were in the clear for some warm spring weather, Michigan has thrown us for a loop once again. But first, let's get into it nationally. Over in the sunny Southwest, we've got temperatures in the 70s with a toasty 85 degrees in Phoenix. And then heading up into Seattle, they've definitely got their hoodies and light coats on with 56 degrees. And then over in the east side, it's not too far off with those temperatures in the 40s and 50s with an outlier of 68 degrees in Charleston. Taking a look closer to home here in the Midwest, we're definitely needing more than just a hoodie with this sudden drop in temperatures over in southeast Michigan. Detroit is sitting at this crisp 35 degrees, and then Grand Rapids is not far off at 34 degrees. Now let's hop over into our 7-day outlook. We've got temperatures varying between the 40s and 50s, and if you've braced the outdoors today or live somewhere with windows, you'll have seen the blanket of snow we've got. We're set to see some sun in between the clouds this weekend, so make the most of it before we're bundling up again for more snow on Tuesday. Next time you see me, hopefully the sun will be shining and we won't be wearing coats and boots. I'm Jessica Gothier, Delaney and Isley, back to you.
Thanks, Jess. Do not want it to be cold anymore.
Not looking forward to it to snow again. My gosh.
And the snow isn't the only thing slowing down your daily commute.
A major construction project on the border of East Lansing and Lansing has closed on-ramps, reduced lanes on the highway, and we'll be seeing those orange codes and blockades for years, plural. Focal Point's Megan Stamp spent the morning talking to small businesses who find themselves at construction ground zero.
Trains, planes, and automobiles. It's the way of life. But for East Lansing drivers, getting around in trains and automobiles at least just got harder. Construction has shut down Trowbridge, leading to Highway 127 for over a year. Local business owners are feeling unsettled with the construction, even telling customers to avoid the Trowbridge exit altogether.
Just avoid the area altogether because it's like it doesn't matter where you turn, there's construction going on.
Kevin Noyen works at Elegant Nails in East Lansing, a business right off the Trowbridge exit.
There's a few people call us, well, they're supposed to have an appointment that's supposed to come in, and they say, well, I couldn't get off the exit, I have to take the back row.
Vicki Brown, a stylist at New Salon East Lansing, hates the construction, but knows it's necessary.
I think it's going to be hard on all of us, but it's very necessary. I can't tell you how many times I come into work and there's an accident in that strip.
The Trowbridge ramp will be widened.
It's definitely a safety issue. We just have to all suffer through it.
Although you may want to pull your hair out, in the meantime, there are detours in place for the Trowbridge exit.
This road over here has been detoured quite a bit, so a lot of people seem to be taking that as a detour, which is still close to the plaza, just makes it less noticeable from the road behind them.
It may be a few long years around here. Drivers need to take a few extra minutes to get from here to there.
Best to give yourself a little extra time to get to campus or any business around the Trowbridge.
In East Lansing reporting, Megan Samp, Focal Point News.
Like Megan said, it's recommended to leave yourself a little extra time for your commute.
For more information on the construction project, you can visit MDOT's website. On the opposite side of campus, where you might find less traffic, is a new coffee shop with a twist. Focal Point's Mackenzie Decker had the chance to visit Middle Eastern Cafe downtown and see what it's all about.
Hi there. Let me know if you have any questions about our menu.
Francesca Zapata has been steaming lattes for 9 years.
I've worked at several different types of coffee shops, franchises, competitors.
She's seen a lot in her time as a barista, but nothing quite like this.
What I was most excited about starting this job was that this was an area that I wasn't familiar with.
I haven't seen like any other coffee shops like this.
Haraz Coffee House is the newest coffee shop in town.
I pass this building every day on my way to class, and I love coffee, so I was very excited to come and check it out.
East Lansing has so many different coffee shops. Starbucks to my right, Mocha Coffee to my left. But this coffee shop is serving up something extra special.
This coffee shop gives a chance to highlight what's really unique about Middle Eastern and specifically Yemeni coffee. Because I really think that we're able to open a door and let people try something that maybe, especially Ingham County, doesn't really have too much of.
The coffee drink can be traced back to Ethiopia and Yemen. And now, Yemeni coffee has landed right here in East Lansing.
So a lot of our traditional drinks are very unique compared to something that you would find at, like, let's say Starbucks or Big B or anything like that.
And it opened during the Islamic celebration of Ramadan.
And I think that it's just cool to go somewhere like after you've like fasted all day and then like all your friends are in one place.
The baristas of Haraz like to say they bring Middle Eastern joy across the world and into your cup.
You know, if they've ever been curious about Middle Eastern culture, Middle Eastern coffee, Middle Eastern anything, they get a little taste of that in their cup, which is great.
In downtown East Lansing, I'm Mackenzie Decker, Focal Point News.
Haraz Coffee hopes to allow students to experience something new and expand their traditional coffee orders. They say with campus already being a melting pot of students, it is the perfect place to spread more Middle Eastern culture.
When was the last time you went to the library? Well, I visited the East Lansing Public Library this morning, and I found out they don't just offer books to check out. They also offer a library of things. I spoke with a librarian, in a hushed tone of course, about how these things can help people in the community.
We all know the library is known for books, but there's more to check out.
We have a variety of materials for most anybody's needs.
Librarian Chrissy E. Vasquez-Garrett says the East Lansing Public Library offers a library of things.
We have things from circular saws to stud finders to drill bits and things of that nature.
And the list keeps growing.
We have story time kits.
And growing.
We have science kits. We have magnet kits. We have birding kits.
And growing.
Oh, and ukuleles.
These shelves hold part of the 72 pieces in the Library of Things collection, including its most popular item, the ukulele.
The library can provide sort of resources, access, and opportunity to our community and to our patrons.
Eric Berling uses the Library of Things to lead bird watching and says it wouldn't be the same without the birding kits.
So it's really nice for our community to be able to come out when they need a particular tool or a particular item, to come grab it, use it for a while, and then they can bring it back, and then somebody else can use that same item again.
The collection is there to provide equal opportunities for everyone in the community.
We want people to be able to access materials, and a lot of these are prohibitively expensive. So most of the folks that come and check this stuff out are folks that commonly can't afford the materials.
Chrissy says the library is a place for people to just exist.
And that's, I think, a really special thing. And part of the way we do that is by providing a library of things where you can be and learn, and nobody's asking you for something other than, well, your library card.
Nothing more than a library card can open up new possibilities for everyone. In East Lansing, Isley Herschel, Focal Point News.
The library is continuing to grow their collection of things, including adding a telescope, but not until after the solar eclipse on April 8th.
We all know it can get gloomy during this time of the year, but Focal Point's Karina Prieto tells us about an East Lansing artist who is putting her own splash all over Michigan.
Maybe if you've stopped for an ice cream here, or a sub here, or to see a tiger here, or to get a tea here, you've seen colorful creations just like these.
A lot of people mention that they really like it.
But who's behind the paint?
I am Adrienne Gilardi of Art of Adrienne.
Adrienne is leaving her mark all over Michigan.
Grand Ledge, Lansing, Williamston.
You can see some of Adrienne's work by visiting the Potter Park Zoo. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to be exact.
And she's doing it because her murals bring smiles.
The goal of my art is to cheer people up.
She's doing it for the community.
Being able to do something like this, it makes me so happy.
It just makes it happier.
And it sounds like she's doing a pretty good job. Cynthia is the zoo director, and she says the art is an absolute hit.
Oh, they love it. Everybody comments on it.
Adrienne hopes to inspire those who see her hard work.
Don't internalize those things you hear from other people. If you're excited about it, you have the wonder in your eyes like a little kid, you can definitely do it. You can obviously see in the winter, otherwise it would be gray and terrible. And right now, this is definitely cheering the place up. This makes a total difference. And I love that people can be inspired by that too.
And she's not done yet.
I'm painting that and then that.
There's more murals coming to the zoo this summer. You never know where you may see another Art of Adrienne piece. In Lansing, Karina Prieto, Focal Point News.
You can stay up to date with all of the artwork Adrienne does on her social media accounts at Art of Adrienne, or hop in the car yourself and go see some. I know there's one that's even 2 stories tall in Livonia and another in Williamston. And I don't know about you, Isley, but I'll have to head over to the Potter Park Zoo to see some of her work.
I know, me too. It looks really pretty. Coming up after the break, a groundbreaking decision has paved the way to a new Michigan gun law.
And later, Focal Point's Ethan Hunter takes us to Charlotte this week with more on sports.
We'll be right back.
2 years ago, a mass shooting occurred at Oxford High School, and for the first time ever, the parents of the shooter have been charged and sentenced.
New laws and regulations have been put into place involving gun control since. Focal Point's Callie Neese has the latest.
Guilty of involuntary manslaughter.
In 2021, 15-year-old Ethan Crumbley murdered 4 classmates and injured 7 when he walked through Oxford High School and started shooting on November 30th. For the first time in history, both parents have been charged with involuntary manslaughter. A Michigan judge who didn't want to be identified says that she thinks this could set precedents for future cases.
The prosecutor came up with that in order to try to prevent those in the future, that you have this obligation to make sure your household is safe, which will make other households safe.
This judge believes that this case may have had some influence on the ERPO laws that have been put into place.
But it's where officers can see if there's someone's not mentally doing well and they're at risk in the community and they do have weapons. There's a new policy in Michigan, it just started, that the officers can take those guns away.
ERPOs, or extreme risk protection orders, are on the books in 21 states, and they were put into Michigan just last month. These are civil models modeled after domestic violence protection orders. They basically are just going to keep guns out of the hands of the unfit.
This will protect those who are a threat to themselves or others. This law went into effect in Michigan on February 13th, the 1-year anniversary of the Michigan State shooting. In Lansing, Callie Neese, Focal Point News.
As ERPO laws continue to spread across the country, Focal Point News will keep you updated on the progression.
With new laws and bills being passed every day at the Capitol, just 20 minutes away, there's an event dedicated to learning more about yourself and healing the body and mind. I had a chance to check it out.
Good morning. Hello. What would bring you out on a snowy day to a convention of psychics?
Well, thank you, Tony. I appreciate it. I appreciate that too.
Welcome to the Lansing Cosmic Connections Convention.
Whether you know a lot about metaphysics or just a little bit, this is a wonderful opportunity to gather with experts and authors and professionals.
Maria Shaw and the other psychics want to give people a chance to choose their own path.
They can choose from a variety of psychics who specialize in past lives and numerology and astrology and tarot and palmistry.
Maria Shaw is a well-known astrologer and psychic.
I started doing fairs here in the Lansing, Michigan area probably about 25 years ago. And it's just been a domino effect. So now I'm all over the country.
And she's giving an opportunity to the community to learn more about themselves.
I would say come with an open mind. You can learn so much from different perspectives, different cultures, belief system, religions.
People come here for a variety of reasons. Advice, tarot readings, crystals, but it's in the cards that one of those big reasons is finding purpose.
I think the biggest benefit is to come together with people of like minds, who are curious, who are interested.
The convention, held at the Comfort Inn in Lansing, is running all weekend.
And it's a nice way to give back to be able to teach and share, your wisdom and your knowledge with people. And I'm always learning too. So I'm learning from my clients, from their experiences, and from other professionals.
Master classes taught by Maria and other professionals are also available.
It doesn't feel like a job. It feels like a calling. And I've met so many wonderful people over the years who've become friends. And I work with so many great people.
In Lansing, I'm Delaney Rogers, Focal Point News. I had the chance to get a reading done, and if you want one too, the Cosmic Convention will still be running from 9 to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. There's a $5 walk-in fee and readings for $20.
I don't know about you, Delaney, but I don't think psychics can predict the winner of the ongoing NCAA tournament.
I don't know, and as March Madness heats up, we have all the coverage for you. Kelsey is over in the newsroom with all of your bracket-busting updates.
Thanks, Delaney and Isley. It's every sports fan's favorite time of year. March Madness, or as we say around here, it's the month of Izzo. Focal Point's Ethan Hunter and Deshaun Johnson were there to capture the excitement of both the MSU men's and women's basketball games. Here's more.
Yeah, thanks. I'm here right outside downtown Charlotte. Hopefully it's a little bit warmer here than it is in East Lansing. Wouldn't know though, because we've been in the basement of the Spectrum Center for the March Madness games, the first of all of the round of 64 was Michigan State versus Mississippi State, the battle of the MSUs. I don't know if you noticed that, but the fans that were here did, and we asked them what they thought about the real MSU. When chants of Go Green, Go White fade into maroon and white, you know you're at neutral site basketball. And there's no bigger stage than March Madness.
It's been such an honor and a privilege to be able to play in a band like Michigan State's band and support our team, and we're all just really excited.
But in the first game of the round of 64 in Charlotte, the players were playing for more than a ticket to stay through Saturday. They're both playing to claim MSU.
Hands down, Michigan State. It's not even a comparison.
For anyone in East Lansing, that's the answer. But down south, MSU has meant Mississippi State.
Since I was about an hour old.
And here in the South, there's one thing that can validate your program.
Well, in the Southeastern Conference, football and basketball.
The last time the Spartans and Bulldogs faced off was in 1972, and Michigan State is now 4-0 after yesterday. The Spartans also have a 2-1-1 edge in football. For the Spartan faithful, though, the numbers don't matter. MSU will always be...
Oh, Michigan State, without a doubt. I mean, we're a blue blood program. Mississippi State is not, so we're the real MSU.
Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I think after that convincing 69-51 win, Michigan State can take both State and MSU. Now, Tyson Walker had 19, Jaden Akins had 15. The threes were falling for the Spartans, and the rebounds getting into Spartan hands that they just haven't been all season. Madi Sissoko had 9 rebounds, and it was a great game for the Spartans. Now, they're going to need everything that they had yesterday for tomorrow's game against North Carolina. Tom Izzo said it's going to be about 97% Tar Heel blue here. And it's going to be a very fun game for 3,000 alumni here in the city of Charlotte. There's a bar that they all go to, and it pops off on game days, I've been told. But it's going to be a very fun game tomorrow, and the fans that are here are really excited.
I'm actually living here. I've been down in Charlotte here for 3 years, so super excited when we found out that it was going to be in Charlotte for the game, and go green. Super excited.
I'm a graduate, 1994 graduate of Michigan State. That was a long time ago. 3,000 alumni in the Charlotte area. We were just at the Gin Mill. It's the alumni bar, and it was good following. I was actually here when they played Duke. I want to say 2016, so I've been to a couple.
Born Michigan State fan, moved all over. He's from Michigan. I live in Charlotte now, and he's just down visiting.
We definitely tried to follow Michigan State around. We've went to the DC Elite Eight, and we're here for this, and probably continue in the future.
Go green, go white.
That game tips off at 5:30 on CBS, and the Spartans are going to have to stop Armando Bacot, the big man in the post, a double-double monster in March. So we're going to see what Tom Izzo has chalked up for him. That's all I have here from Charlotte. Back to East Lansing, I'm Ethan Hunter.
We wish our Spartans the best of luck as they continue dancing in the NCAA tournament. 14th ranked Oakland men's basketball team stunned number 3, the University of Kentucky, in an 80-76 win to advance to the round of 32 for the first time in program history. Jack Golke, the leading scorer for the Golden Grizzlies, had 32 points total and 10 made three-pointers. This is their 4th NCAA appearance, and they are set to play NC State tomorrow at 7 in the second round of the tournament. Although this is a busy time for college basketball around the nation, and the Breslin isn't filled with its normal players and fans, the Women's High School State Championship Tournament is taking their spot for the weekend. But due to inclement weather, attendance is looking a little bit different this year. Focal Point's Zoe Ruffin has the story.
Yesterday.
It was beautiful, sunny.
Today.
We were actually checking the weather to make sure how to dress.
That is when Ellen Monty realized.
Oh, it's here.
Ellen Monty has parked cars in all kinds of weather, but she didn't expect this 3 days into spring.
Very, very cold.
Ellen is a special events parking attendant, and it is a big day for her. It is the MHSAA girls basketball semifinals. Back outside, Ellen is wearing 5 layers, including muck boots, 2 pairs of wool socks, a t-shirt, a tank top, and a heated vest.
I've been out here since about 8 o'clock, but thankfully I was in my car. Last week for the boys' games, it was a bit more populated. There were a lot more people coming in and out.
That's because last week it was warm. Today, not so much.
It's unfortunate because, the girls need support too, but if you are looking at the weather and just trying to be safe to get here, you have to make a decision.
Ellen will be here until 8 p.m. tonight.
We've got somebody coming in.
And while it may seem boring to most,
it can be exciting, and as long as you're having fun with the people and they're willing to have fun back with you, it's great.
Even if it is snowing and cold. At the Breslin Center parking lot, Zoe Ruffin, Focal Point News.
Zoe tells us Grand Blanc won their semifinal matchup against Belleville by a final score of 54-45. They await the winner of Rockford versus West Bloomfield to see who they will take on in the MHSAA 2024 Division I Girls Basketball State Championship. Now back to the green and white for this weekend. Number 9 ranked women's gymnastics team is hosting the Big Ten tournament this Saturday at the Jennison Fieldhouse. They are searching for their first ever Big Ten championship win after finishing second to the University of Michigan the past 2 years. The number 5 ranked Spartan hockey team hosts number 10, the Michigan Wolverines, in its first ever Big Ten championship tournament Saturday at the Munn Ice Arena at 8 p.m. It is one of the most anticipated games of this season, since it is the first time the rivals are facing off in a Big Ten tournament final. That's all the time we have for this week's sports. Back to you, Delaney and Isley.
Thanks, Kelsey. If sports aren't your scene, there's a different kind of performance on campus this weekend.
Focal Point Sydney Kenzer brings us along for a behind-the-scenes look.
It's taken 6 months to bring this story to life. A story of romantic turmoil, a trip to the underworld, fancy parties, and a man with 1,000 ex-girlfriends. If it sounds like a soap opera, that's because it could be. MSU Opera opened their spring production of Don Giovanni this past Wednesday.
This is what they're training to do. And so it's incredibly important that we give them this opportunity to do, I think, a level of production that you would find in a good regional opera house.
Director Melanie Helton says most every role is played by a Spartan graduate student. For first-year master's student Paula Duva Rodriguez, rehearsal is another full-time job.
I juggle a few different things. I'm a student, I'm an intern for the College of Music, I'm a voice teacher off campus, and now also an opera singer. I feel like I don't have enough hours in the day.
But she says those hours of Italian homework, memorizing lyrics, and stretching her voice are worth it.
Yeah, it makes me feel honestly like really special. I love opera because it's honestly kind of healing for the childhood and the heart, because it's a lot of playing pretend, singing around, having fun.
And that joy of opera is for everybody, even the audience. MSU's production of Don Giovanni is full of drama, humor, suspense, romance. Today the creatives told us that you don't need to take opera seriously, and they hope that people come and relax, enjoy themselves, and laugh at the jokes.
Most people who come to opera for the first time are shocked at how thrilling it is. It's music, it's dance, it's singing, it's art. The thrill of seeing everything, every art put together is really worthwhile.
In East Lansing, Sydney Kenzer, Focal Point News.
Thanks, Sydney. Don Giovanni plays tonight and tomorrow at 7 and Sunday at 3.
Student tickets are just $7 and can be bought at music.msu.edu/events.
Still have that song or random sound stuck in your head? Maybe it's from the APA, or maybe it's from one of the top apps in the world. Soon, TikTok could be going away forever. Let's find out more from Focal Point's Jess got there.
America should be feeling. Yeah, they could try to ban it. A daily reminder that these are the.
Okay, so the TikTok ban.
Tens of millions of us use TikTok.
App stores to no longer sell TikTok unless it becomes owned not by a Chinese company but by an American company.
Perry Parks teaches World of Media at Michigan State. He says the bill to ban the app still needs Senate approval. TikTokers all around the U.S. are making videos expressing their disappointment. And well, for me, it looks like we'll have to find a new platform to teach me how to dance.
It's the dumbest that I ever heard. And TikTok is our most pressing concern? I don't think so.
To keep your data safe and our platform free from outside manipulation.
The CEO of TikTok himself, Shozi Chu, even posted a video on the matter.
It has given our 170 million users a platform to freely express themselves.
Of course, tens of thousands of comments from Shozi Chu's video support his words. For now, even professors and his students are having fun with the app, small businesses rely on it, and Congress will ultimately decide what to do with it. At MSU, I'm Jessica Gauthier, Focal Point News.
Thanks, Jess. Cross my fingers that TikTok lives on since I haven't become famous just yet.
Sure, a TikTok dance might take no time to learn, but have you ever wondered how we do all this? Well, Well, Focal Point's Sarah Polis gives us the behind-the-scenes look. Check it out.
So, I have the doc over.
Every Friday,
This is a typical day.
Michigan State journalism students produce a show. They call it Focal Point. But what they'd like you to know is what goes into it.
My favorite part is kind of just like getting to hang out with everyone and seeing all these cool stories come together just to make one big good production.
Sophia Miller, one of the producers and reporters, spends her time on Fridays mapping out and tying the show together. And to
make sure we stack it in a way that makes it fun to watch and informative to the viewers.
While the producers produce back in the studio, reporters are heading to their stories for the day.
We are going to the Capitol to go film a stand-up and tease for my story.
Usually Focal Point reporters have all week to work on a story, but today they have one day.
Here we go.
For students like Mackenzie Decker, a day in the life of a working journalist post-graduation consists of day turns.
It's a day turn, which we're gonna have to get used to coming up because unfortunately I'm graduating.
Although some students may be graduating, the experiences they've had in Focal Point has given them a platform to strengthen their skills and grow in their profession.
It's so fun for me to go through, the stress and the excitement of it all, and then at the end see your final project come together.
I'm Sarah Polis, Focal Point News.
We're about to go. That sounds about right, Delaney?
For sure. We work hard, but we do have a lot of fun, but we're wrapping up for today.
That's all we have for Focal Point News. See you next time. Have a great weekend.